Happy Wednesday, everybody, and happy first day of school for the something like I think 140,000 CMS students who head back to school today. If you're watching this, you're probably rushing to get out the door or already in the car. Parents, I can only imagine what kind of a morning this is for you, filled with excitement and anticipation, and of course, some worry considering that school district's going to look a little different this year. But hey, they're going back. They're going to be in the classrooms. That in and of itself is a good thing. We heard from the superintendent this morning saying that he wants to set expectations here and wants parents to understand that we will have COVID cases at CMS like we've had at all the other districts. It's a matter of how to react to them. And we know CMS was one of the first school districts in the state to have that mask mandate in place. So let us know, what are your back to school questions? What do you think? Are you more optimistic or less optimistic than you were about school this year compared to last year? Let us know what you think.
And also, we want to see your back to school photos. You can text them to 704-329-3600. Or, hey, if you're watching us on Facebook, just post those pictures in the comments. We want to see them because it's 8:06 right now. So if you have younger kids, you may be relaxing now, Mom.
Yeah.
Kids may already be out of the house. We know the older kids, their school starts later. The bus comes around for them later. But if you already snapped that photo, or if you're like a mom like me and other mothers I talk to, we do the pictures the day before because the morning of is just so crazy. And sometimes it's so dark, you're waiting outside for the school bus and it's not quite light enough outside.
I want to see photos of the first, the outfit when you first are leaving for school, and then like when you come back home from school. I've been seeing some on social media, and it's the funniest thing ever because it looks like some of these kids just had a whole work day. I guess they were just having fun and just like to away with, the nice hairstyle that they had initially. So I thought that would be good. I can go ahead and talk about, buses and stuff like that when it comes to, getting your kids ready to hop on the bus. We had a lot of conversation this morning about some things that you can do to make sure that you are ahead of schedule. Number one, be on time or be at least 10 minutes early to your bus stop. Another thing CMS leaders want to remind folks to do is just make sure that when you are heading out for the bus, have some sort of information on your child, like the name, phone number, bus stop, maybe something in the backpack at all times. This is just in case anything gets a little confusing. You have this information, especially for first-time bus riders. This is just very helpful for the first couple of weeks or just for the entire school year, just something to have handy. Number three, of course, make sure you mask up, maybe have an extra one or two in the backpacks, in case, one of your kids, they leave it behind. I know CMS leaders, they will have PPE all throughout the school just in case this happens, but this is just to be on the safe side. We do know that capacity issues have been seen at South Carolina schools already. Capacity issues, they are not, we're crying. They're removing capacity issues right now within CMS. So this means there's a bus driver shortage. So they just want you to pack your patience and know that routes are going to be a little bit different for pickup, drop off. So just try to be patient with bus drivers. So they're trying to figure out everything too, for the first start of the school. We'll check back in though with CMS and see if there's some issues with overcrowding. But Ben and Sarah, as of right now, South Carolina, they are definitely seeing this again because of bus driver shortages. So all around, just be patient. We go through this every start of the school year, especially now that we're back in person from last year. It could be definitely some changes all across the board.
When I think about back to school, I think of all the different schools I had to go to when I was growing up. And it's always, as a lot of people experience it, but I think it's only normal to have a little touch of nervousness, tentativeness about what, going back, anticipation, especially if you're a student. Maybe it's a new school or your first time. It's certainly something that's normal to have a little bit of, will I know anybody? Will I get to know? Will I get there on time? All those anticipatory things that we deal with. And I went to so many schools when I was growing up. Changes that I was always. There was always a bit of nervousness about it, and I still can get there right now. That feeling I had going to all the new schools because I was a very shy kid. I was very shy. I mean, believe it or not, I was painfully shy. You know that term, painfully shy?
Wow.
It was, I had to overcome a lot of fears as a kid. I had a hard time walking up and meeting people. Once I met people, it was okay, but I was really one of those kids who was like standoffish at first until I met everybody. I think one of the reasons that I probably got into radio as a kid is because it helped me overcome this terrible shyness that I had as a child, even into early adulthood.
Now look at you, Larry.
I know.
Wow.
It's funny you talk about that, Larry. My daughter, before she went on her first day of kindergarten, she was like, I'm really excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm more excited than nervous. And I was like, okay, that's good. But Larry, a lot of parents will decide today, you said there might be some pop-up showers. So sometimes we got to get it in on that early that school dismissal app. I mean, are you going to pick them up? Are they going to ride the bus? And a lot of parents determine that on if it's going to rain or not.
Yeah, I think, and the deal is today, it's not a big storm system. That's the good news. It's just between probably about 2 and 5 this afternoon, you get one side of town with a thunderstorm and the other side of town not. But there could be some scattered showers this afternoon and a few pop-up thunderstorms as well. Just something to think about. So be prepared for that today.
All right. I think the CMS Ernest, the Superintendent Earnest Winston said it best when he said, come to school with your face covered, but your mind's open and ready to learn. Yeah. And I think that's sort of a nice way to look into it. I know it's a different kind of school year, but here's hoping it's a fun and exciting and informative one. And students, just like the rest of us grown ups, will get back to normal sometime soon. Continue to weigh in. Let us know what you think about the first day of school. Share your photos if you want as well. And then we'll see you on the news coming up at 11:30. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.